Yeah, here we go. And it is going to be on Waterfall. So this is a map that has a lot of potential for some aggressive openings from the Terran, some fast tank pushes. Everything just hits that little bit faster, especially by air, as we do have here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map for Club NV. This is our Korean Terran in the red, Jinioh.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Waterfall, we have his opponent, the American Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac.
Patrick Macklemore.
Oh yeah, the one and only. Now, bearing in mind, this is the knockout bracket. I believe this is day 2, so I think this is before PattyMac went to the club.
He's only got $20 in his pocket. Is it allegedly? Oh yeah, no, it is definitely allegedly. I forgot it's in America.
Yeah. Early in Valencia, papi. And crowds.
Oh no.
Fun fact, Patty was messaging me yesterday. He was like, I'm coming home, papi. And then he sent me a bunch of pictures and he was at the airport. And of course he was drinking at the airport as well. I was like, mate, you need to calm down.
I don't have a drinking problem, by the way. Drinking has a PattyMac problem.
It's not my fault, papi. They just gave it to me. I don't know how this happened.
They stole my money and they gave me goods and services. We do see PattyMac going to be opening up with his trademark double gate opening, so definitely something a little bit unusual, a little bit NA, if you will.
Yeah, if you recall, this is how he brought down Battle B. I believe this is, if I'm not mistaken, how he brought down Clem as well in WTL. I think it was the follow-up that really finished off, but regardless, PattyMac, this is kind of what he's known for.
It's just what he do, as we do see that extra gas. He's going to be going on down. Meanwhile, Jinioh back at home is going to be going for Racks Factory Racks. So this is something you can do that does lead in usually to a bit more of a 2-base timing. Just waiting to see if he is going to be throwing down that extra CC, as it looks like he is, just opening very aggressively right now.
Yeah, I like how you're like, is he going to get an extra? Is he going to expand? Is he going to go more than off of one base is the question here. Again, hyper aggression coming out from our two players, and this is why we love them dearly. The Reaper is going to be able to get a full scout of the main base, is going to get an eye on the tech as well, and going to be able to pick off a couple of these probes, or will he?
Yeah, more importantly, he does see the lack of a CC here, and that should help him out here. This is one of those things where when you do have a bit of a weird pet opener like this, you're going to be very aware of how it matches up with a lot of different various openings, and it's a little bit harder for the other player to know exactly how they match up with your opening.
Yeah, I really want to see how this all turns out, to be honest. I mean, the Reaper is still alive across the map, still getting plenty of crucial scouting information. At the same time, it looks like one of the Adepts get taken out.
Yeah, PattyMac just a little bit distracted here by the Reaper. He will be saving himself from taking too much damage, but a little bit slow when it comes to pulling those Adepts back, and is going to be losing one to the Cyclone.
Oh, he is. And as we can see, there's a starport behind this, so bit of a pseudo 2-1-1 coming out from Jinioh off of a single base.
Yeah, very aggressive build coming out here. So just going to be a 1-base all in, looking to drop those tanks as well. So something that we have been seeing a lot on Moondance. I guess I just haven't seen that many TVPs on Waterfall. It makes sense on this map as well, just because you have such a close air rush. And yeah, we're going to be getting this move out with the Marines, and that medevac will be able to bring the tank as well.
Oh boy, exactly. A lot of units are moving out across the map. Unfortunately, PattyMac doesn't have a scouting adept here. He was able to get some scouting information. He was able to, in fact, see the second racks, which should tip him off about the aggression. As I say that, though, there are no shield batteries in either one of these bases. We do have 2 more gates on the way, so 4-gate blink is going to be the follow-up for PattyMac. Oh, he catches the Cyclone.
Yeah, nice catch there, and now he is made aware of this 1-base build if he wasn't already. And yeah, throwing down these 4 gates, definitely. 4-gate Robo, basically one of the best responses that you can have here. for dealing with this. Blink probably not ideal. I think Charge can be a bit better, and he doesn't have Immortals either. So I do think this has kind of caught him off guard. He doesn't have batteries prepared either. It's definitely caught him off guard here.
Yeah, exactly. The lack of shield batteries is really the big tell that PattyMac was not expecting this at all. He is not prepared defensively. He does have a decent army here, and there is no stim with this push, so he can chip away at the Marines, but the tank does make things a little bit difficult for PattyMac.
Yeah, there we go. We do see PattyMac as well, just sending some adepts into the middle of the map. They do get a few Marines, so they will be helping there, just cutting off those reinforcements. But speaking of reinforcements, here we go. Second tank is here, as is a Liberator, and this is just becoming more and more difficult to hold the longer it goes on. The probes are being pulled.
Yeah, here we go. We have a blink on forward. Both tanks are going to be going down, as well as that Liberator, but he's still taking a lot of shots to the face here. Vanilla Marines, is it going to be enough?
Yeah, looks like they are starting to work through this Stalkers. Blink is available here for PattyMac. He is just going to be kiting those Marines here, and I think this is a really good spot for him. Despite losing all those probes, he is on 2 bases. Jinioh hasn't started an extra base here. He's completely all in here, and PattyMac really starting to push him back.
Yeah, he really is. He shuts down the push. He's going to be able to shut down the reinforcements as well. Looks like a couple of Marines are going to be able to escape onto this medevac. You were talking about it. PattyMac even... Oh, it barely gets on top of the high ground. PattyMac lost a lot of probes, but he shuts down the drop.
There you go, that drop is going to be going down. It even pulls that one last Stalker away. We do see Jinioh just going to be riding that Liberator around, trying to get a little bit of harass here on the natural. But, PattyMac, he senses how far ahead he is, and he's going to start to put some more pressure on.
Yeah, he smells blood in the water. He wants that tank desperately. He does blink into the main base, picking up a couple more of these units. At the same time, Liberator across the map is going to be able to get a lot of probe kills. 5 probes going to be going down. But, again, PattyMac is still ahead in the worker count.
Yeah, there we go. Jinioh still not really going to be able to transition out of this one. I don't really see any way to throw down an extra CC or anything like that. So he's just going to try to see if he can get himself ready for one last wave.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like, okay, a couple of tank shots do go off on those Stalkers. PattyMac just getting confirmation that there is, in fact, no high ground CC. So there's nothing forcing PattyMac to go up this ramp. I mean, if he sees an opportunity, he can, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah, there we go. Jinioh just going to be slowly leapfrogging these tanks down, trying to get himself across the map. But the main thing for PattyMac here is just slowing him down, buying himself time, making sure that these tanks have to siege, unsiege constantly to try to get across the map.
Oh, and this is the kill move. PattyMac knows he's going for a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense here. Stuck on 1 base is a Jinioh. He's not going to have scans to deal with this, and this is kind of a, if he did go for it earlier, it's a little bit of a blind counter to 1 base builds. You can just trickle in these DTs one by one, and eventually they're going to run out of scans, and they can't protect their tanks.
Exactly. Only 1 orbital available for the Terran player. We do see, once again, a siege being forced. Boys are being pulled to repair, and to add a little bit of buffer again, Jinioh is giga all in right now. He has to end the game. PattyMac just buying time for the Dark Shrine to finish.
Yeah, it's Dark Shrine. It has 10 seconds left. PattyMac just needs to make these tanks siege and unsiege. Just needs to keep him away from the base right now. He has to buy himself time for these DTs.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like he is buying that time. By the way, he's going to be able to pick off a couple more of these SUVs, a couple more of these Marines. Jinioh doesn't siege, though. He is pushing on forward. He wants to break in towards the natural, but the DTs are being morphed in.
Yeah, great micro coming out from PattyMac as well. Takes out all of these SCVs before they can get across. Ooh. We do have that first scan coming down, but the jump right on top of the tanks. Every tank goes down. GG, very well played, all caps.
GG, well played. PattyMac does take the first win here up against a 1 base all-in from Jinioh. My God.
Yeah, there we go. That was looking pretty scary for a moment there, but PattyMac just picking his fights at the right time and doing a brilliant job when it came to kiting with those Stalkers, and he gets the win on Waterfall, which is pretty dangerous map as well for TVP.
It really is. As we saw, it does favor aggression, doesn't have to be 1 base play, and we don't see it too often, but again, we saw a lot of spiciness coming out from Jinioh. There's a reason why I love this man. But there's also a reason why we have PattyMac as one of the Ducklings, as he didn't know what he was up against, but he was going for his own aggressive opener, and yeah, we saw him kind of really make some magic happen with what he had. Like, things were looking dire. You mentioned it. There were no shield batteries, there were no immortals either. He was going for blink, kind of like caught with his pants down, but he was able to react and respond quite well to the situation.
Yeah, there we go. Ducklings do their best work with their pants down.
Is that... Oh my god. That's your brain focused on. As soon as I like pants down, you're like, yes, Papi.
Yes.
Take them off.
They were never on to begin with.
Shaking my head. I cannot confirm or deny if PattyMac was indeed wearing or not wearing pants during these games.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. He's winning the games. That's all we can say.
Here we go. We are getting our second map here. It's going to be inside and out. So once again, a map that does favor a little bit more aggression, but also one that can be nice to go for a bit more of a split map situation. We have been seeing some really great games on this map.
We really have. It has become a staple here in what we know and love in current StarCraft. But now we are continuing the series in game number 2.
There you go, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of this map, it is the Red Terran playing for Club NV. It is the Cold Bear himself, Mr. Jinioh.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Inside and Out, we have the Golden Boy himself, the Goldilocks even, of North American StarCraft. He is the American Protoss player representing the CranKy Ducklings. It is PattyMac.
Yeah, and here we go. Already seeing something a little bit different coming out from Jinioh. He's actually going to be going for a gas first. So this often does lead into a faster factory. There's a lot of players that like to go for an eBay block off this. It doesn't look like that's what Jinioh is going to be going for. Actually, just going to be going for a fast little wall off here to hide what he's doing. And I think he'll be looking to get something done, maybe with a fast cyclone. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see what this gas is going to be used for here, as he's going to be taking a second gas behind this as well. We have seen Jinioh kind of incorporate some interesting off-meta builds in the past, even in the last game. So we'll see how he spices things up in game number 2.
Yeah, there we go. So we do see that factory going down nice and early. Going to be seeing a Marine coming out as well, just to make sure that's that little bit faster. So he does have, yeah, an extremely fast factory here, and it's going to be interesting to see what he's looking to do with it.
Yeah, our eyes are glued to that production tab, to that Terran. Meanwhile, behind this, PattyMac did go for another 2-gate opener, very similar to the previous game. We have seen him do this on Inside and Out plenty of times, and should be opening up with double Adept. There we go, they're going to be on the way.
Yeah, there we go. We do have that double Adept being chronoed on out, as is Rutherstad, and coming out from PattyMac, going to be getting his extra gas as well. So it does look like this is just how he likes to open up his games. And yeah, for Jinioh, we are going to be seeing a reactor build, and it is going to be on one base so far. So I feel like we're going to be seeing armory mine drops, but we'll have to see.
I was thinking the same thing. I see an armory behind this, so a very committed mine drop here coming out from Jinioh. The question is, can PattyMac get eyes on this? Can he piece this all together as he's moving out across map with these adepts? If he does spot the Widow Mines as they come out, that will be a bit of a tell. But if he doesn't get detection soon, he's going to be in some trouble.
Yeah, actually, it looks like Jinioh not opting to go for the armory just yet. I don't think he's going to, actually.
Oh, interesting. I mean,
oh no, there we go. Yep.
Armory is on the way. We'll see if it's lined up for when the Widow Mines do get across the map. The first 2 Widow Mines were hidden, by the way, from those adepts. They were pulled over to the right-hand side, so PattyMac is still in the dark. He still hasn't properly seen this, but he does have a robo on the way.
Well, this build is so greedy out of Jinioh. He is just going to be going complete mass mines. Has 1 Marine. That's the only fighting unit that he has apart from these Widow Mines here. So if PattyMac can bait out these mines with a shade trick, or even just focus them down, this is going to be, yeah, very complicated for Jinioh to get to keep himself safe at home. But on the other side of the map, the mine drop has arrived.
Oh, mine drop has arrived. PattyMac has spotted this, by the way. 2 probes are going to be going down. More mines being laid down here in the main.
Oh, the pull was a little bit late, but doesn't drag onto his own probes. So we're going to be all right, as we do have this observer being chronoed on out. Jinioh does save 3 of these mines, and back at home, it looks like he has solidified his position with those mines.
Yeah, so we have to wonder, has this been worth it? Well, it's hard to say right now because we have a second medevac. We have 3 more mines going across the map. The aggression still has not ended. PattyMac still hasn't defended.
Yeah, this is where it gets really tough as the Protoss has. Oh, there's no reaction in the natural.
Oh my god, 12 probes are going to be going down and a couple more shots going off.
Oh, 16 in total, and it looks like... Oh, what's happening in the main? The probes aren't in the main. That was every probe down at the natural, and I was going to start talking about how with 2 medevacs going at once, it becomes really difficult to prevent damage, and all it takes is 1 hitting, but we got that 1 hit straight away, and PattyMac down to 18 probes. He just has to go across the map now.
Yeah, we're having another mine here at the natural base, and they're being pulled back towards the minefield. PattyMac, he's committed. He has to break his opponent. Jinioh, sure, he's only on 1 base, but he has more than enough workers where that came from, and I just don't know if PattyMac can really break on in.
Yeah, there we go. We do see those SCVs being pulled early to prepare to start repairing here, and we do just need to buy enough time for the tank to get up here as Jinioh. Looks like the bunker is going to get up as well, and I don't think PattyMac can break this.
Yeah, the bunker has completed, and with this bunker, these gateway units are going to have a hard time breaking this position. There aren't that many units, but 2 Marines in a bunker are going to be more than enough. It looks like the depot is going to be going down, and he can slip a shade on in.
Yeah, I just don't think he's got enough DPS to take out this tank if it's being repaired, and we have a medevac here as well. We have that bunker ready to go. It is just going to be 1 adept shading in, but meanwhile, back at home for PattyMac, he has finally cleaned up these mine drops and taking stock of everything. Only very slightly ahead on probes. This game looking probably slightly in favor of Jinioh, but I don't think it's over for PattyMac here.
Yeah, he's been able to recover his probe count quite nicely. Oh my god, we have a Banshee slipping on in as well. Very interesting follow-up. It gets 3 probes, which isn't too bad. I was not expecting a Banshee, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just a panic Banshee to try deal with everything back at home, and he realizes that it's not really going to be able to get too much else done, so he just sends it across the map to get whatever done that he can. But we are going to be seeing this observer just being shooed on away. It is going to be going down, and that Raven play nice and safe for Jinioh. He can switch that Rax over and get his stim now as well.
Yeah, stim should be on the way soon, TM. We do actually see a Liberator being made, so it looks like Jinioh wants to, again, keep that aggression, keep that harassment up. Jinioh going to try and gain control of his low ground and actually finally get his natural up and running.
Yeah, it looks like PattyMac once again just a little bit slow to respond here, and he's going to be punished quite heavily. Loses a Stalker, takes a lot of hull damage on 3 more.
Yeah, at the same time, it looks like 1 adept gets denied entry into the main base, is going to be going down as well. Jinioh finally can start mining from his own natural base. As a response, PattyMac, he is expanding. He's taking his own 3rd. He's throwing down more gateways. He's going for a mass blink stalker composition for the time being. Oh, can he stabilize from here? Because Jinioh, he's moving out with his drops. He's moving out with his libs.
Yeah, there we go. PattyMac just trying to put a little bit of pressure on with these Stalkers, trying to keep Jinioh back at home, but that's not quite going to work out the way he expected. And we do have the extra gateways coming up. It is going to be 6 gateways in total, but PattyMac just being a little bit greedy here to try and get himself back into the game, and really lacks any vision or answer for this 8 Marine drop that's going into the main right now.
He does catch the Liberator on the right-hand side, so at least he's able to avert any damage from that. But as you were saying, the Marine drop in the main base is really where the damage is going to be done. Unfortunately, there's nothing quite in position to deny this, and the Marines are going to be able to stim on in.
Yeah, they stim in, get nice and close to those probes before they let off that warning, and almost every probe from this main mineral line going to be going down. We do see 8 of them going down. The Stalkers have been recalled to the natural as well to deal with this.
Yeah, they're going to be able to clean this up. Again, stim just now starting actually for Jinioh, so a little bit late. But regardless, these vanilla Marines did a surprising amount of damage.
Yeah, there we go. That drop getting 8 probes, more than, 11 probes. More than enough damage for what's been expended here by Jinioh. And we do see actually a rather even looking game coming out from these 2 players because of that delay on the stim.
Yeah, like, because of that, Jinioh's not going to be moving out with his main army anytime soon. PattyMac has the freedom to continue to probe up. He lost a lot of probes though, so he's set behind quite a bit. But you know, he is going to be given time.
Yeah, there we go. The Liberator going to be flying on in. The reaction from PattyMac a little bit slow, so he will be losing 3 of these probes before it goes down.
Maybe he did go to the club. Maybe. Allegedly. Oh my god, as Jinioh is just pulling PattyMac apart with all the aggression, with the Widowmine drops, the Liberators, the regular drops. The main army is finally pushing out across the map. Without Stim, a couple of units are going to get picked off, so PattyMac is, you know, slowing this down, but he just doesn't have too many Stalkers here, and when this army does get across the map, I don't know if he can really stop it.
Yeah, there we go. So PattyMac just kind of picking away at this push. He is going to force the siege, but the SCV pull. I love this by Jinioh. Very, very nice decision. Recognizes that PattyMac has been a little bit greedy, and all that he has to help with the defense here is gateway units.
Let's go, Bobby. The boys have been pulled. Jinioh, he smells blood in the water. He can feel how cold his opponent is right now. He's dead, Bobby, or at least that's what he's hoping. As here we go, he's going to be able to get in towards the main base. The mine's going to be able to cover the backside here of the army.
Yeah, there we go. PattyMac forced to commit right before Storm finishes.
Oh yeah, 5 seconds off here. The robo gets depowered. Gateways get depowered. Boys are being pulled. We have a juicy storm on the army.
Huge storm going down here, but the mine's going to be getting some good damage as well. We do have a blink just going off over this last medevac, but we're going to be losing a few stalkers in the process.
Oh my god, but after all said it, like, because of the storm, a lot of workers just died. Jinioh forced himself pretty all in doing that, and where are we right now?
I think despite all that worker damage, Jinioh is still maybe very slightly ahead. Just because of all the army that he has. He is going to be losing a lot of these mines here.
Yeah.
Nice little blink by PattyMac as well. So we do see things starting to even up, as we do have a little pull away from this mine to the bottom right-hand corner, to the third base as well.
Yeah, like that was really the MVP, was that storm. Without it, PattyMac would be dead in the water. And now, after all said and done, Jinioh just now starting his own third TC, so it's going to take a while for him to saturate and work on a third base. He doesn't have any additional upgrades on the way either. He has +1 and only +1, so the game will continue.
Yes, seriously, wild game coming out from these two players. We do see, Jinioh just pretty far behind in his development. He was very all in with that push. He's slowly going up to his 5th Raxes here. He does have a decent amount of medevacs here, getting some mines on the way as well. Definitely going to help out here. At the same time for PattyMac, we do have Storm starting to build up on these High Templar. We have a decent amount of gateway units as well, and he is starting to stabilize. He's starting to pull ahead, honestly.
Oh, yeah, but at the same time, Widowmine Shock is... sorry, a couple of Widowmines do get borrowed here at the natural and the main base. It looks like... Oh, nice reaction there from PattyMac. He will lose 4 probes. At the same time, double drop comes in towards the 3rd.
Oh. Yeah, PattyMac completely pulled out of position. Every probe of the 3rd goes down, and what was a very even game suddenly swings in Jinioh's favor.
Yeah, unfortunately, just overreacting to the mine drop. PattyMac pulled his entire army to respond, and he left his 3rd base completely exposed. And now suddenly the onus is on PattyMac. He has to go across the map. He has to try and equalize.
Yeah, absolutely. This game has been so back and forth. Once again, we see PattyMac just running across the side of the map to try to get himself back into this one. Does have a prism for these Templar as well, so does have a little bit of a Hail Mary play. If he does see Jinioh pushing out into the middle of the map, he can come at a weird angle with that storm drop, but it looks like instead actually going to be looking to get some economic damage that way.
Yeah, at the same time, speaking of economic damage, we do have another mine in the main and another mine at the natural. The main army, a double drop does come towards the 3rd base. Jinioh coming in with a tri-pronged attack. Yeah,
and there is so much denied mining here from PattyMac. He is not really mining anywhere right now. He just gets some of those 3rd probes onto this natural, but he's being completely pulled apart here.
He is. Meanwhile, we had a storm drop in the natural of Jinioh. Very interesting. 10 SCVs are going to be going down, but Jinioh, he's looking for the prism. He's looking for the prism. He's looking for the prism. Oh god.
Oh, this prism in a very awkward spot. I think it could be going down. We do see a second Storm Drop going to be going down, so 5 more SCVs are going to be taken out. Meanwhile, for Jinioh, Double Drop is going to be dropping off a few Marines over at this third and then heading on over to the natural, where we do see massive oversaturation. PattyMac just hasn't taken the time to resaturate his bases.
He really hasn't. The drops are being cleaned up. Meanwhile, speaking of being cleaned up, the Prism did die across the map. The High Templar were all taken down as well, so both players are taking pretty heavy blows to their own armies. Oh my god! 9 probes!
Yeah, the mine in the main goes off once again, so a few more probes going down that way. PattyMac with a bit of a ragtag army here. He just has to try to make something happen, but it does feel like Jinioh just has way too much. Drops that scan, make sure he's not being watched by an observer, and he's going to be going straight across the map with these 4 medevacs. He's so aggressive.
He is. He's an animal. He's a bear, Papi. That's why they're bears. They're not humans. They just don't stop dropping. They don't stop with their aggression. PattyMac just wants some breathing room. He does push out across the map. Does get a decent storm on the main army, but that's a lot of Marauders. They can tank a lot of shots here as Jinioh goes for a counterattack.
Yeah, some huge storms, then recalls, but this counterattack is going to get way too much done before these units can get here. Another good storm coming out that is going to help these Immortals chunk through the Marauders, but there just isn't enough here for PattyMac.
Yeah, just barely, not enough. The army is a little bit overstimmed here, and it looks like the Archon is going to force this back, but GG gets called, and Jinioh ties up the series 1-1.
There we go. So crazy scrappy game coming out from these two players, but Jinioh gets it done.
Oh. God, that was insane. GG, well played. Very back and forth. I like, it was a roller coaster of emotions, because there were moments where it's like, PattyMac, he's coming back, he's stabilizing, and then bam, like a Widowmine shot goes off. It's like, oh. Or like a triple drop comes in and Marines get into a mineral line. Like, just Jinioh just was relentless with his aggression.
Yeah, 100%. And that does bring us to a game 3. And we are going to be getting game 3 here on a map with a little bit more room to maneuver, a bit more space. Maybe a less crazy game, but I find that hard to believe with these two players.
Yeah. It's more of a standard map, but these players are anything but standard. So we're going to find out how this series ends here, as this is going to be game 3, the ace match, the final game of the series.
Yeah, and here we go. We are coming into this one. We are hopefully going to be seeing a little bit of a longer game between these two players. I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen next, as here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map. For Club NV, this is our red Korean Terran. This is Jinioh.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have his opponent, the American Protoss player. He's one of our own. He is the CranKy Duckling, PattyMac. And as we get into the final game of this series, I want to give a special shout out to some people in the chat. At the start of the broadcast, I didn't see an opening for it, but thank you so much, Chileno Singaporean, for resubscribing for 23 months in a row, just shy of 2 years. Thank you so much, Chileno, for the support. We always appreciate it. And likewise, a massive shout out to a newer subscriber to the channel, Vedras, in the chat, for Twitch Prime for 2 months. Thank you.
Beautiful. Let's go.
We're sorry.
Oh.
You have to indulge in our questionable casting.
Oh no.
Well, but thank you so much for the support. We always appreciate it. We hope you enjoy the broadcasts, as we still have plenty more matches ahead of us. I guess this shouldn't be a surprise, but once again, PattyMac goes for a 2-gate opener.
Yeah, there we go. So it just looks like that 2-gate opener just the standard opener that PattyMac likes to go for here. That is exactly what he's going to be opting for, as we do have this game starting on out. Meanwhile, for Jinioh, he is going to be going for that fast factory once again, but this time off a double gas opening.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah, he's going to have a little bit extra to work with here. He goes for the Reaper first straight into that reactor. He's going to be going for a bit of scouting information around the map. Oh, even a little bit paranoid about a potential proxy.
Yeah, there you go. So just making extra sure that things aren't being mixed up in a way that he wasn't expecting. We do see him this time going for the high ground CC. So not making that same mistake that he made against Mcanny.
There we go. He is going to be going for an expansion. Isn't going for a one base all in or anything crazy like that, or even a CC on the low ground, and going to be punished for it. So nice safe play coming out from Jinioh. Oh, as he is going straight into a mine.
Yeah, there we go. Jinioh is going to be spotting that opening out. I think this mine is definitely going to be over at the ramp just to help defend against these first two adepts.
Yeah, here we go. It's already here on top of the ramp. Meanwhile, as you were saying, I believe Jinioh was able to confirm the two gateways. Widowmine shot goes off, takes down the adept.
Oh, yeah, a little bit lazy coming out from PattyMac, and he is going to be punished for it. As we do see this mine going to be heading on back, and he does have the opportunity to go for this little shade trick. Let's see if he can pull it off. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, a little bit mistimed there. The Widowmine shot is not going to go off on that shade. Meanwhile, back at home, PattyMac does open up with the Twilight Council, is following it up straight with a Robo. Very similar to last game.
Yeah, 100%. So he is going to be looking to just play things a little bit safer here. He does have that blink on the way, as well as that faster Robo, and kind of starting to look like it might be a 4-gate blink, actually.
Oh yeah, we should be seeing, there we go, another gate on the way. We should be seeing a 4th gate momentarily here from PattyMac. He is quite fond of opening up in a very aggressive manner like this. Meanwhile, the Adepts are just going to be trying to trade with these Marines, but ooh, and another Adept goes down for 0 Marines.
Yeah, not the best trades with the Adept, and this mine drop has arrived nice and early too.
Yeah, here we go. We have 2 Widowmines across the map. We do see a couple of Stalkers already in position, and they do take down that Medevac.
Yeah, Medevac is going to go down, so pretty nice defense coming out this time from PattyMac.
Oh. Yeah, one of these probes are going to be going down as well. The Widowmine does scuttle over towards the right-hand side to try and hide, but no, PattyMac is wise to this. He shuts it all down.
Yeah, there we go. That mine's going to be going down. Will he be able to clean up this mine at the 3rd before it comes off cooldown? It's going to be pretty close.
Oh, not quite. Widowmine shot goes off, does take down the probe.
Yeah, so a big delay coming out on this 3rd base, and we do see meanwhile behind this, Jinioh just progressing through his build quite nicely. So just going for this typical 3-1-1 push here. He's just going to be getting that 1 tank before he goes into the stim and combat shield. So he's going to have a nice aggressive 2 medevac timing.
Oh, he really will. And I'm a little bit interested here by what PattyMac's doing, because he opted not to go for a 4th gateway. He went for a 3rd instead, and he's going straight into a Templar Archives as well. So he's playing very tech heavy, and is looking to, I imagine, once again go into Blink. I'm sorry, into Storm.
Yeah, there we go. So Storm is going to be very helpful, especially with the playstyle of Jinioh with that constant harass here and there. He can just kind of leave a couple High Templar spread out here and there, and drop Storms on top of this bio when Jinioh is not looking.
Yeah, it's happened before. It can happen again. And there we go. Storm immediately does start up. So I do feel like this is relatively greedy here from PattyMac. He doesn't quite have a lot of units active right now, but Jinioh is staying at home for the time being, and PattyMac is fully aware of that. He does have an observer in the main base of Jinioh.
Yeah, this observer in the main's pretty crucial. We do see that scan taking it down, as PattyMac doesn't really have much map control or map presence. Finally, he's going to be sending out these stalkers across the map just to make sure that he can pick up on any push coming across the map. And Jinioh actually going to be playing things a little bit more cautiously this time around.
Oh, exactly. But is that a wise move? We'll see. As he loads up 2 medevacs, he's going to be going across the map, so suddenly his tanks are looking a little bit more exposed, but we only have 4 gateways on the map here for PattyMac. He's more concerned with the later stages of this game. He's already warped in some High Templar. He's slowly gathering energy, getting ready for that Storm timing, and the gateway explosion is kicking in for PattyMac.
Yeah, there we go. Storm is finished. Remembering back to that last game, Storm wasn't quite ready when it came to going for that push. So PattyMac already has that going for him. He is going to be able to get this Storm drop headed out across the map already. That's going to be really nice. If he can catch the army on its move out and just drop Storms on top of it, that can really put a dent in the momentum of Jinioh.
Definitely. Meanwhile, PattyMac does take control of the Zonaga towards the left-hand side of the map, but a little bit too late. The drop has already gone past it. Double drop slipping into the main base, and PattyMac doesn't really have a lot to respond here. He does take down that Raven on the right-hand side, or at least he does feedback it, but the drop comes in.
Yeah, PattyMac completely out of position for this drop. We just see Jinioh dropping those extra stims, and we are going to be seeing a lot of these workers going down.
At the same time, we do see the High Templar coming on into across the map. It looks like we did see a bit of a storm drop, and not too many workers, did go down.
Yeah, looks like maybe 7 in total. I'm not sure if any had gone down before that. But Jinioh, once again, is going to be redropping some mines, gets a little bit more damage with those, and actually going to be, I thought he was going to head into that main. Almost repositioning the units of PattyMac, but doesn't quite catch them out of position.
Yeah, this was a bit of a better response and a better defense here from PattyMac. He's able to, for the most part, preserve his workers, but he lost a lot to the carpet bomb of the Marines earlier. 20 probes have gone down in total. Ooh, another mine shot goes off on that third base.
Yeah, that mine wasn't cleaned up. PattyMac maybe just forgetting about that for a moment. Gets 2 more probe kills, as we do see. PattyMac is starting to get himself into a bit more of a comfortable position. You can see that with the slightly longer rush distances here, things don't get out of control quite as fast, and he will be able to keep things going. But this Prism is in a really precarious position. I don't know about this, but he is going to be all right.
It's okay, Copium. Don't worry about it. Did take a couple of shots earlier when he did go for that High Templar Storm drop. We do see more Templar being morphed in. We do have a lot of charge ults. We have plenty of energy for Storm. We have a couple of Archons on the way as well. And here we go. PattyMac wants to try and push up this ramp.
Yeah, there we go. PattyMac charging straight on in there. Nice spread of bio coming out from Jinioh. That Storm not quite hitting. Neither is that one. That one does.
And sometimes you only need one, and we have 2 more behind this. We have 3 more. Ooh, nice target firing on the high energy High Templar, and with that, can Jinioh hold on? Up.
Yeah, this Archon finally joining the fight. Nice kiting coming out from Jinioh, so he will be able to almost take out this Archon. No, the Archon stands strong, takes out 5 Marauders on its own.
Wow, the Chad Archon cleans up that small force, and that was the backbone of the army. The Archon does go down to a Windmine shot, but the third base has been broken.
Yeah, there you go. Third base is broken. Looks like Jinioh does have enough here to hold that natural, so he will just be pushing PattyMac on back, but loses all the mining at the third here, and PattyMac with a huge amount of momentum in this game.
He really does. He doesn't clean up the minefield, so he's got to get the hell out of here before the mines do reset, but the third base is fully saturated. We are working on a 4th base as well. We have a forge on the way. We have a robotic space sword, so for a little bit more consistent splash damage. Before that happens, PattyMac is reinforcing, and with detection, it looks like he wants to try to have another go at the third.
Yeah, plenty of map vision here everywhere from PattyMac. I would like to see him drop a 4th base soon. It kind of feels like he doesn't quite realize just how far ahead he is in this game, but there we go. The 4th is being dropped.
Yeah, it is going to be there at that triangular third location, is thrown down. And meanwhile, as the 4th is thrown down, Jinioh is going for a Ghost Academy as well, seeing the value in these ghosts, especially when going up against a very heavy High Templar and Archon-based army, or a Gateway army in general. But is it too late? Because PattyMac is already working on the next step. He's already working on Colossi.
Yeah, there we go. And kind of interesting choice coming out from Jinioh as well. Opted to get the armor first over the attack. That's a little bit unusual. I'd argue maybe a mistake, but kind of hard to believe that he didn't do it on purpose. So maybe just a preference that he has.
Yeah, it's very out of meta and out of the norm, but I'm sure there is a reason for it. At the same time, PattyMac is going for a bit of a drop into the main base. Zealots are going to be able to cause a little bit of a disturbance in that mineral line. Not the biggest of disturbances, though, as Jinioh is going to be able to clean this up without losing too much. I say that, Zealots surviving longer than I thought they would have.
Yep, that's what they do.
Yeah, like, they just don't die, Poppy. They just... they should be
There's been so many games where, like, there's a few things going on at once, and I
Yeah.
split off army to deal with the zealot run by in the main, and then I
Yeah.
look back and everything's dead, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I guess this game's over.
Yeah, yeah. You split off an army, but it just wasn't big enough, Just 10 zealots, man.
As here we go, Jinioh. He's going to be splitting out a little bit of multi-prong harassment here. The map vision for PattyMac is extremely good here. He does see this army with that watchtower. His vision does get cleared up, but he will be able to react to this as Jinioh also has a mine drop heading down towards the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Oh, he does have that mine drop on the way, but the quad drop on the left-hand side is going to get cleaned up. The disruptors have arrived, the colossi as well. It's going to be a bit of an expensive loss here for Jinioh. At the same time, his reinforcements are actually going towards the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Yeah, there we go. Does recognize that he's pulled PattyMac a little bit out of position here. And what is waiting here? There is a High Templar and there is a recall.
There we go. We have the storm. We have the recall. But you think a Protoss is out of position? Nah, mate. We just recall back home. And this counterattack from Jinioh isn't able to do too much.
Oh, we have the frustrations being taken out on that Stalker there. Maybe PattyMac thought that there was a mine there. I don't think there was. We do see some extra cannons being thrown down. We don't see an observer. Okay, there we go. There's the observer has been sent out. And I think we've just seen the first DTs being sent across the map as well.
Oh, yeah, we do have a DT hit squad headed towards that fresh base of Jinioh. Do we have any missile turrets in position? No, we do not. We do have scans available, though, so the DTs, they should eventually be cleaned up, but they are being split up here. They're being sent towards all of these bases.
Yeah, there we go. We have no turrets. We have no Raven. There's a few turrets just a little bit out of position here, but they're not going to be covering the mineral lines. We do have ghosts on the way, but the chaos that is created by having a DT one in every base is pretty hard to deal with.
Speaking of, these DTs are wreaking so much havoc, mate.
Oh my God. There's no scan. There's no scan for ages.
There's actually zero scans. Mate, there's so many mules.
The closest scan is at the third base. That's on 40 energy now. The other two still really far off a scan. We do have ghosts for EMPs, so we are going to be able to start to clean this up.
There we go. We have our first scan in the main base. Meanwhile, there's another DT at the fourth, and I want to say that 15 plus SCVs just went down.
Yeah, there we go. We still have no scan available, and this DT attack was just so well timed. Jinioh is getting completely pulled apart by this.
This is just winning PattyMac the game right now. We have another scan. Meanwhile, so much DPS was done. The planetary is almost dead, by the way. That's just how much DPS has been dished out by this DT. We have a second scan. Finally, they're all dealt with. They're all cleaned up. But the economy of Jinioh is in shambles.
Yeah, it's been a while coming, but PattyMac has finally gotten to play a game where he gets to his full normal TVP army, and it looks terrifying.
I think he can finally get into his regular game, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
There's DTs everywhere. He's able to deflect all these drops as well. We have storm drops. DTs are still swiping away at the main army of Jinioh. We do see him wrap around trying to get behind the army of PattyMac, but he just splits up his own army. Oh my God.
Huge storms. Jinioh going for a massive surround and just charges straight into the storms. Nice little split at the end there, but it is not going to be enough. These Colossus are going to be one-shotting this Overstim bio, and I think this is the end. GG well played is called, and PattyMac advances.
GG well played. Oh my God. PattyMac in a longer game, in a more kind of straight up turn of events here, he is able to come out on top, and he eliminates Jinioh from DreamHack.
GG. Great game there from PattyMac. Finally kind of gets into his comfort zone, is able to get the constant harassment off his back, and we can see what happens when PattyMac gets a bit more room to breathe, a bit more room to do what he does best, and that's Protoss stuff.
Yeah. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. So very well done there by PattyMac. He also avenges his fallen comrade, his fallen freedom fighter in arms in M. Canning. So he's at least able to accomplish that as well. And yeah, that was a great series. It was very back and forth and a lot of fun. You can't go wrong with Korean kind of TVP. You know, he's Jinioh especially, he's so aggressive.
Mm.
Not quite on the level as Honmono and Quanta. You know, he's the cold bear, he's the cold brother,
Cold.
but crazy nonetheless. Crazy nonetheless.
He's the cold soup puppy. He's a gazpacho. Is that what it's called?
Gazpacho.
The tomato soup.
Yeah.
He's a ratatouille.
Wow. That's not a soup.
It's kind of soupy.
No
It's
one-
like a mix of like mushy vegetables.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure it can pass as a
So
liquid.
hungry.
I'm sure you can slurp down some ratatouille.
I want ratatouille.
I told you to get food, Poppy.
I did it. I'm just still hungry.
What'd you eat?
Tortellini.
Oh, okay. Tortellini, not bad.
Yes.
Speaking of tortellini, of course, again, massive shout out to PattyMac. He does advance on in the brackets, and he advances on to face Nina. And if you wish to watch PattyMac versus Nina, we actually casted it live at the event, not via replays. So that was casted by the CranKy Ducklings over on the B stream, the C stream technically, of DreamHack Atlanta. So we did say at the start of all of this that we are doing a replay cast, and we're not covering games that were already casted live during the event. So the VODs, they are there on YouTube if you are interested. But we are not done tonight. We still have a couple of matches before us.
Yeah, a couple more series to go.
Oof. Yeah, but before that happens, we are going to be going on a short break. So take this opportunity to heat up some tortellini, some ratatouille. Don't heat up your gazpacho. That's not right. it's meant to be, it's meant to be cold, Papi. It's meant to be cold. And yeah, enjoy this break. When we come back, we'll have some more StarCraft.
Beautiful. See you soon.